So by the looks of our weather app here, it's gonna be a fun week filled with cold and rain the entire week. Super stoked. I wanted to make this video yesterday, but it literally rained the entire day, so we'll do it today. So the plan for today, we're swapping out Steve's black leather seats, the OEM ones right there, for the red and black Recaros I have down in the basement. I do think those seats will look a lot better in this car being a black car versus the one I pulled it out of, just because the reds didn't match. It was kind of weird, but I think the dark red and the black leather will look pretty good in this car. And then once they're in the car, send some photos to Steve and see what he thinks. And then since the Vento is actually still here, I'm gonna go through and steal the bolts that hold the rack to the subframe, because if you remember, one of the ones on the Steve's car is actually broken, so get that sorted out as well. We got the black on black Mark III wagon and the black on black Mark IV wagon. Car's been idling super nice. Nice and smooth. The tune's been holding up great too. Still idling right about the 14.9, 15.1 range. And then once we're in boost, it goes down to like the 10.9, 11.1 range, which is perfect. So definitely doing good. Just got up the temp. So we'll do a few revs here. I want to see how it sounds from the front here. I'll go ahead and shut her down here. Like I said, mechanically wise, this thing, the engine is running so good. I cannot wait to have the proper clutch in this thing and actually be able to rip it, because right now, if you haven't seen, about 3,500 RPM, it just blows the clutch out. It just can't hold it at all. So once we get a nice strong clutch in there, we can just full send it. It's gonna be ridiculous. All right, before we go swapping seats, I must empty out the back of this car. I haven't even gone through all the stuff he gave me. Dropped off so much stuff back here. Cool little collapsible leather cover here. Got all this stuff, like a sander, cleaning stuff, coolant, some ramps, some jack stands. Very nice of him. So I know the front seats on this car should be the same. There should be the one little pin in the front that holds it in there, which is right there. And then you just slide out the backside. And I'm curious to see, because on the Mark IVs, the wagons have a different bolt-up setup for the front, like where the seats bolt up. I want to see on these ones, it should be the same. Let me see. Looks a little bit different, but okay, no, it has this the one. The bracket's different, but it has the one little Allen key, so this should be the exact same. So one there, should be the two little like slots to slide in. The bracket's different, but it should mount the exact same way. Got the R32 running. Haven't heard this thing in a minute, but she still be sounding so good. Nice little rumble. And we might as well start miling as well then too, I guess. We might as well get all the VR sounds today, I guess. Might as well. Woo, baby. All right, back to the wagon. Let's get these seats pulled out and swap our new ones in. So like I said, Mark III seats are super easy to remove. There's one little like pinch tab in the front. Just pinch it and push it through. Like so. Now the front is gone. Now in the rear, sometimes there'll be little rail covers, which this one has one right here, so we'll just pop this out of the way. Pretty sure they just pop in. Don't want to break it, don't want to break it. All right, there it is. So take that out, and this side has a little end cap, looks like, so we'll pop that off as well. All right, so end cap off, and this comes off, so now there's nothing back here in the way. Now I'll just slide the entire seat back off and lift it up and out. And we gotta make sure that there's no like airbag connector, which there might be, but we'll see. So you can just one-hander, not actually. I have a fancy tripod now. Put you guys right there. We'll slide it all the way back and out. Check underneath. One connector here. Unplug this, and then I think we're caught in the carpet on the side a little bit. All right, one down, 3 to go. All right, so all seats have been removed. Now, normally you don't take out this entire bottom bracket because the seats actually just pop into here. But on these ones, normally it's a little like seat clamp that holds the little bar that goes in. But on these ones, it's kind of different. I couldn't figure out how to get it off just yet, so I pulled the entire thing off. But hopefully, I can get whatever that piece is to pop off, and we'll reuse this piece to put the new seats in. I gotta say though, I actually really like these seats quite a bit. I had this exact same setup, the leather seat with the Beetle headrest in my car before I swapped to the Recaros. But it's a very, very nice seat combo. I quite like it. And I love the style headrest with a nice little hole in it. And I actually still have this exact same back seat on my car versus mine's a 98 TDI leather seat, but still I have the exact same back seat set of my car. So now I'm gonna go through and vacuum just all this stuff out. While you have the seats out, might as well clean everything, and then we'll swap in the Recaros. And if you haven't seen just yet, over here, these are the seats going into the wagon. They are Mark III Recaros. Somebody redid them at some point in this like maroon, like dark red color. The piping isn't very good. It's kind of wavy. I'm not sure it's from the sun or what the issue actually is, but the seats are super comfy, and I believe Steven had them redone as well, maybe in the same colorway, but fixed some minor issues there. There's a small rip there, but either way, the seats are super comfy, and they're still a bit better than having like one of these seats. I think their cars are better personally. This one has a little armrest on it, I think from a Mercedes, but cool seats, and I think it'll look pretty good in the wagon. A little side by side between the Recaros, and I guess I would call these like the sport seats. They're not the base model seats, but the backs are very similar to the base model seats, but they have the bigger bolstering down here. You can see the differences between the Recaro to, I guess, the sports seat, where it's more narrow through here, and these bolsterings are a bit taller. Oh, hold on, we got the sirens coming. They're so loud. I don't know if camera does justice, but those sirens are so loud, like deafeningly loud. All right, back to what I was saying. So the center section here is a bit skinnier from this one to this one. It's more fitting to you. And then the bolster on the back, these are bigger than those ones. And the Recaro sit just a little bit taller, maybe about an inch or so. But overall, I much prefer the Recaro seats. I think anyone else would agree. They just fit you much better. It's not that these seats over here aren't comfy, but they're more like a relaxed kind of seat. They don't quite hold you near as much as these ones do. But it's actually starting to rain, so let's get in the car. It's not quite raining, but it's like that annoying mist, and it's kind of ruining my day right now. But I got the inside of the car vacuumed out. Our shop vac not the best, but definitely looks a lot better. I'm curious, so I'm not sure what these floor mats are for. The fronts mostly fit pretty well, but the rears kind of have a weird shape. But if you see on the back side, there's the part number there, 6N0-061-511-041, I believe. Oh, that's for the black, and then 528 for the gray. But it does say rear left, which would be this side. So it's made for this side of the car, but I'm not sure what it's for. It has marked off for 95, 96, 97, and 98. But the fitment's just a little bit weird, so I'm not sure they're for this car to be exact, or it's for like a Passat, or what it's for exactly. Maybe for a Cabrio, possibly? I don't know. They're kind of cool design, though. All right, not gonna lie, it was a little bit awkward putting the seat in here because the armrest was wanting to hit in the e-brake, but it should all be good now. We have our one plug-in, which is right down over here. Pop that in, and now we should be able to just slide it right into the rails, hopefully, with no issues. I was kind of concerned about the armrest hitting here, but I think it's high enough that it'll go right over and have no issues there. So get our back rails here situated, lined up with the pin, and pull that out and slide it forward. Voila, our seat is in. All right, first seat is in, and honestly, these do look much better in this car than the red car. Only issue we have is the armrest here. If you want to roll it down, it does hit its console. Now, to fix this issue, we can swap this console out for the nice low Golf or GTI style one. Then it won't hit, which is what the car we pulled these seats out of had. Or you just leave this up. But if you want it to work and come down and be a function like an armrest, we'll swap this out to the Golf style one, and that'll fix that. But other than that, it does look pretty good in the car. Yeah, those look great at home in this car, honestly. The colors work well with the black car. So yeah, I'm pretty much gonna have to swap out this e-brake console, because one, you can't really go down because you can, but it hits, and then also you can't go forward because it hits. Now you can rotate this down on top of it, like so, and then go forward, which kind of works, but then your e-brake's like underneath this, and without having the smaller one here, you can't then put it up out of the way to be able to pull your e-brake. So this is gonna have to go. I'm gonna message Steve real quick and see what he says, if he wants me to go ahead and swap it out, because I have a few of them at the house right now, so we could do it right now, no big deal. But if you want to run an armless like this in a Mark III, you're gonna have the nice low style one, because otherwise this is just, it's just in the way. All right, so Steve hasn't replied just yet, but I do have one right here. This is the nice low Golf GTI style e-brake pull, where you can see as this one, which is the same as what he has, how much taller it is, a little side by side. You can see the obvious difference there. So I'm gonna go ahead and swap this one in his car now, and then when I hear back from him whether he wants to keep it or not, I can always pull it back out. So we've got the new e-brake console in versus our old one, which Steve said he's good with, so that's all good to go. The only thing I have to do now, this style console has the e-brake leather boot attached to the console, whereas this one, it's like two-piece, so this is by itself, and then this style one has like the cover that goes over the top that's only on the e-brake, and it's not attached to this. So I'll grab one from the junker this week and have this situated, but now you can see how that mounts. All you have to do to go from this one to this one or vice versa, there's a little bracket that mounts underneath here that goes up and attaches to a screw hole in here, and then these two bottom holes go to down there. So if you want to go from this one to this one, just pull out this bracket, and you have this. If you want to go from this to this, you'll need this bracket to then mount to there. But other than that, it's in and good to go. All we need to do, toss our little ashtray back up in there like so, and then that'll be done. All right, so front seats are done, easy enough. Like I said, this color combo actually looks really good in this car. Now I gotta figure out how the back seat, the bracket comes off the actual seat. If you look here, so the base seats out of this car, the variant ones, have this little metal bottom, and it has a flat back where it mounts up. But the mounting spots are in the same spot as this seat here, which is the Golf seat, or like the same as the Jetta seat, where these ones have the little hooks that go in. But which is nice about the Mark IIIs, whether you have the flat base mounting piece or the hooks, there's room for both. So the holes are on the side, or you just use a flat piece, which is nice, because on the Mark IVs, if you want to put like Golf or Jetta seats in a Wagon, the back base seats mount up differently than the Wagon ones. But on the Mark IIIs, you can do either one and it'll work still, which is cool. The base seats for our rear are in, everything bolted up just like it should, no issues to report, and obviously everything functions just as it should. Very nice. Okay, so I was able to get the seats apart here. This is a clip that holds these one together. Now on the normal Mark IIIs, it's similar to this clip, but it's more of just like a U shape, and there's no little push tab like that. So that little tab piece, you can see on this, I haven't pulled it off just yet. You can see right inside there, the little push pin goes inside the little knob. You have to pull the pin up and then slide it this way. But the problem is these ones like to spin and rotate. So you have to like rotate the entire clip to where the flat piece is at the top and you can pull it out. So I'm not sure why they made a whole separate clip for the variants versus the Mark IIIs. I don't have one to show you right now, but it's like kind of like this, but there's no little push pin to hold it in. You just pop it up and it's a lot easier. So these ones are kind of dumb, I think. But that's how you pull them out if you ever encounter these ones. So I was able to find one of the normal clips out of the Vento. So this is like the normal back seat clip. You can see just a U shape, no little pin. It just slides in and pops off. It's much easier than this one, where it has to be turned this way and pulled out at the same time. Kind of annoying, but most times you'll see these ones on the Golfs or the Jettas or the Ventos, but I guess maybe all the variants have this style. Either way, there's both styles to the Mark IIIs. All right, so we've run into a slight issue. So as I was mounting the back seats here, again, this seat is out of a Golf, these are out of a variant. Now everything looks to be almost exactly the same. This is in the same spot, this is in the same spot, but when I had this seat like in the bracket and inside of here, it was hitting where it latches, was hitting right there. You can see the little dent. Now everything looks to be the same, but if you look down here where this piece is compared to where this one is, this one's almost at the very, very bottom, whereas the variant has it up like 1.5 inches or so. So this seat sits a little, mounts a little bit lower, making this line up perfectly to this, whereas this one sits a little bit higher and it hits right here, so I can't actually latch the seat. Now easy fix is just take the latch piece right here out. Seat sits flat, no issues. Now, I don't know when the bottom seats are down if it'll hold the seat from moving back and forth, which it might, and it might not be an issue at all. But you technically want your rear seats to latch, but it might not be that big of an issue. Second thing we could do is try and take this fabric off here and put it onto this one and just swap back and forth, but I'm not sure how difficult it is to unskin a seat and then reskin a seat and have it all like fit nicely, and I've done it before. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and just pull this out right now and then toss it forward and see what Steve wants to do, whether he wants to leave it like that or he wants to try and swap it, or just, we'll see. But if you're trying to swap seats from a Golf Mark III, GTI, anything like that to a Variant, just know the rear seats sit a little bit lower and your mounting point can be off just a hair. Not the biggest deal in the world, but I wanted to show you guys real quick in case you were wanting to ever swap seats from a Variant to a Golf or vice versa. So I decided just to pull the back latching pins out. Seats are all in and good to go, and then I decided to put the seatbelt across. That'll hold it and keep it in place. Now, from here, this angle, everything looks good. Even from this angle, everything looks good. What I didn't realize, since the Variant seats mount a little bit lower and the Golf seats mount a little bit higher, we now have a bit of a gap at the bottom. Not crazy, but there's a bit of a gap there. From most angles, you can't tell, right? From most angles, you can't tell. But once you know it's there, it's there. Not the end of the world. So if you wanted these seats to fit perfectly in this car, I'd have to probably reskin the Variant backings and put them back in since they sit lower. But for the most part, it does look really, really good. I do like the red and black in this car a lot. I'll see what Steve says about the gap, if it bothers him, or what he likes to do. I don't know. He used to have a bunch of pillows or like little like decoration that sat in the back seat, so maybe that'll just cover it up and be good to go. I don't know. But either way, they do look quite good. They are so comfy and they just feel great. So we'll see. But now you know, if you want to put Variant seats, or if you want to put different Golf seats or Jetta seats in your Variant, just know the backs are different and they're not going to line up quite perfectly. Like I said, most angles you can't tell anyways, but it is there. We're gonna go ahead and take our nice Mother's VLR stuff here, do a nice cleaning through the entire interior, and then get one final look. All right, everything is clean and looking really, really good. This seat install took probably a lot longer than a normal seat install should, but we're gonna do a few issues here and there, the front console being in the way, and then obviously the rear seats not being the exact right ones. But overall, I think it came out pretty good. Check it out. Like I said, overall the seats look really, really good in this car. I love the dark red and black. It just works with this car. The rears aren't perfect, but sometimes things don't go exactly how you want them to go, but it kind of is what it is. I'm gonna end the video here. It's starting to rain. This coming up week, I don't know how many videos there will be. They've been working all week long, so Monday through Saturday I'll be at work. Monday and Tuesday I'm at the hobby shop from 9 to 6. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday I'll be at the junkyard from 9:30 to 5:30, and then Saturday back at the hobby shop again. So this week might be kind of slow for videos. I apologize, but again, we're making that money. We have the Savoy to finish. I'm very behind on that car, so as I'm making more money, that thing's gonna get done very, very soon. Kind of is what it is. So hopefully I can get a few videos out this week, but if not, just know I'm working all week long. It is for the better, but it kind of sucks sometimes when you can't make videos every single day. Kind of is what it is. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Do not forget to be thankful for every single day. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Hey, I was doing just fine before I met you. I drank too